going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. With the release of the new full power Frieza and the Legends Limited Goku, we clearly saw the Lineage of Evil and the Sun family gain a massive buff, and it got me wondering, why is it that the female warriors team seems to be so neglected? It's been quite some time since we got a female warriors unit. We did recently get the extreme Zangya, and interestingly enough, I actually pulled her off a discount single yesterday, so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to revisit the team and see how they would do right now. If you guys remember, Great Saiyaman 2 has a passive that helps her deal additional damage against Lineage of Evil, and Chi-Chi does an absurd amount of damage against the Sun family team, so I'm sure they would do quite well, but they are a little outdated. Their passives are a little timeless, but their stats unfortunately are not. But it'd be an interesting challenge to see how they handle in the current meta today. So it'll be a little bit of a female warriors showcase, I guess, and a Zangya showcase. So here's the team we're going to be rocking: Chi-Chi, Kefla, Great Saiyaman 2, Kale, Zangya, and Mai, who provides a great HP buff for the female warriors team. I feel like people are sleeping on Kale because her passive, in my opinion, is still one of the best in the game. Swapping in, she dumps everybody's cards pretty much, and the ability to stop a combo is pretty huge. Not only do you stop the harass that you're going to be taking, which gives you an opportunity to get priority again, but it also stops Rising Rush farm if you really think about it. Not letting your opponent get their cards off pretty much denies their opportunity to farm Dragon Balls, so it's all an interesting combination. And with the way that the PvP meta is sort of set up right now, Rising Rushes are all the more important. But enough about that, let's jump into some PvP. Alrighty, here's the first match of the video, going up against a interesting blue-blue-purple team, or a Super Saiyan team, I'm not sure. It's essentially the same thing, but I was definitely excited to see this because Chi-Chi is going to slap around that new Goku for sure. I was super excited to get the showcase just how much damage she would do. So start out with some blues and doesn't look too good, but I get my vanish off, and Chi-Chi's stats are actually not that bad considering how old she is. Like the female warrior units are a little old now, and their stats aren't the greatest, but they're still very useful, especially this green card here, increasing the standby count. Chi-Chi was making units swap out first, and she did it best. Just slap them away and toss them out. Now, I brought in Kefla because she has a plus 40% damage buff against Saiyans, which is still very, very useful. It's still very good. As you know, the entire team that he has there is Saiyans, so it's very good for me, very useful. I get caught in the Goku's rink-a-dink counter, so I was definitely like, okay, I gotta be careful about that. Now, I could confidently go in here and do some really good damage because I know that Super Vegito is gonna be on standby for quite some time, so this is very nice. That Bardock is almost dead, do some really good damage against the Vegito here, try to get a swap out to Zangya. She's very good, I like her passives, I like her stats. It's a shame that, you know, she's not super strong, but she's still very, very good. I really like what she's capable of doing. She's definitely suited more towards what the Bardock family team, well, Bardock family, Bardock squad, not Bardock, oh my god, I mean Bojack, what am I talking about? The whole Bojack squad, that's what she's meant for, but I don't have the extreme one, so I can't put it to proper use, although I would like to. Earlier, you saw me drop a combo a little bit. It seems to be happening randomly, but what happened was a little bit of lag in the match happened, and I don't know, I've noticed that every now and then now that people, they do the little bit of lag at key moments. Like, it's very easy to drop combos in this game now, and little hiccups like that are really what make the difference between holding your combo and losing it, and it sucks. It's a shame to be seeing it already, but nonetheless, there's no excuse, and this is an ideal situation for me. He brought out the Goku, so it's only natural that I'm gonna Rising Rush him. He is the scariest one here. You would think it's the Super Vegito, but for me personally, it's the Goku. He's much harder to deal with, but he guesses my Rising Rush, and you're probably thinking, holy crap, it's over. Now, I was too scared to switch into Chi-Chi because I knew a Rising Rush was there, so I figured I'm gonna save Chi-Chi. I'll be fine. So here we go. He takes that, he does that, and now, oh crap, he has priority. That's it for Chi-Chi as well. I've lost. Or so you thought. You never give up. Never give up. Always keep fighting. So I think it's going to be a blue card. Why? Because it seems to be an interesting coincidence that people that use this Legends Limited Goku seem to have a gazillion blue cards, but he outplays me here with this with his choice of card, and I lose Chi-Chi. Now I'm thinking, holy crap, this is bad. I don't have anyone really that has a good passive against them, but I'm not going to quit. Quitting is for squares, so we never quit. Keep going. So all I have is pretty much the top number 1 and number 2 units in the game. But it's nothing that Zangya can't pull through. Now he has priority, he's doing really good damage, but I'm not going to give up. Zangya provides so many ridiculous buffs for herself that it's insane. There's no way I'm going to give up. So here we are doing some really good damage. For an extreme type, she's doing so much damage, it's great. I really wanted to get that blue card, so I'm in a sticky situation. I only have one option. Run up to him, tap blast. I know that there's a more blast cards here. Use my main ability, blue card, and then I move up a little bit, be in medium range, so people cannot key cancel out of it. You want to I closed the gap, made it so that he couldn't, and there we go. Nice little comeback here, nice little showcase of what Zangya can do, and for sure this dude is very upset that that just happened, but I'm telling you, you can definitely outplay some of these units, definitely. And wanted to show off match against the androids, because these units don't have any sort of passive against androids. None of them do, so why not see what they can do just based off of their own capabilities here. So this run I decided to take Zangya, of course, and I take Kale, mainly because Kale has a very good passive with dropping all your opponent's cards. I don't know, wait, I think it's 3. I believe it's 3, but I mean, if your opponent requires one to get priority, you pretty much lost all your cards. She's very good, and I think it's a great opportunity to show off what she can do here. He has a very strong blue character there, you know, being Android 13, so I have to be very careful, but look at this, things are looking good. Switch into Mai to get the green card off. I thought I had enough time, but I didn't, which is not good, and I'm in a bad situation. Man, Android 17 got buffed up so well. So well. He's definitely very annoying to deal with because of that key reduction, which is a new passive they seem to be throwing around with new units. You know, reduce key, reduce key, reduce key. They're trying to introduce new ways to handle the flow of the match. And honestly, I have nothing against it. They're playing around with increasing standby count because they know the importance of having an additional vanish. They know the importance of being able to swap out to another unit. Now here, I done goofed. Now you're probably thinking, Raiyuden, you can't change shoulder tackle with Rising Rush. Why would you do that? And my only answer is I didn't mean to. I accidentally pressed it. I didn't want to. This happens to me all the time. I always misclick some of these things. It's crazy. Another reason why I wanted to bring in Zangya is because her main ability gives a green card, and if you have Mai, oof, it's very useful. Very useful. Very nice little combination. Reducing card draw is very useful as well. Slow down your opponent's ability to gain another Rising Rush, very nice. Get a little clash there. I think a frame just skipped, I didn't even notice that. And if you watched Brad's video today, talking about GT Goku, he makes a comment saying that I often get one of these things, you know, these timed events. Honestly, Brad, if you're watching this, I struggle with those too. Honestly, they throw me off so bad, and it doesn't help that my phone kind of just derps around every now and then. So I try to time it, but when it goes and creeps up and I try to predict it, a frame will skip or something, and then it's up, and then it'll immediately shoot back down, and it catches me off guard. Happens to me all the time, so I'm not good at those either, unfortunately. Switching to Kale here because my hope is that I guessed this Rising Rush correctly, and honestly, between all my other units, she's the one that's weakest, and I think her passive only works when you swap in twice, and I believe I swapped in twice, so I could get rid of her. It's okay. There's another instance of weird lag while you have priority. I don't know. It's very strange, but whatever, I guess. Get another green card, reduce the card draw once again, get some damage going. The combination of her green card buying you some time, as well as her fast draw speed, is just such a useful combination. It's very deadly, but I think a lot of people know by now just how good it is. It's such a good combination for getting Rising Rushes. The female warriors are just insane when it comes to farming Rising Rush, because they get so many cards. What they make up for in terms of damage is just Rising Rushes. It's lunacy, really. I already have another Rising Rush, and his cell is gone off the bench. I'm completely fine here, so I mean, naturally, all I'm going to do is go straight for the Rising Rush. Now, you might think, why not get that blast card off? Because I often say, you know, try to do as much damage as you can, but I was not paying attention to the timer counts, and I had no idea how long Cell was going to be on the bench for, so I just go straight for it, and we get rid of Android 13, which is really good. All we have left is Cell. Cell doesn't have his main ability. Cell, at this point, is not too much of a threat. As I say that, I take a Kamehameha, make him use his Vanish. Now with Mai's green card, I mean, he has no choice but to give up priority here, and there's nothing you can really do, especially with me having a green card with Mai. I was going to take it one way or another. Pop the green card, a little bit of lag, interestingly enough. Reduces card draw speed again, and look at all those buffs. Just the increased damage buffs, the reduced cost of her cards. She's a very, very good extreme, very good. And honestly, she's perfect for Bardock when she dies. I believe when she dies, she buffs him up quite a bit. It's very, very good extreme. Almost got me there. Almost got to finish her off, but we pulled through. Such an interesting ending pose as well. She's kind of just sitting on nothing. But oh well. And then here's the third and final match of the video, going up against a Frieza Force team. Thankfully, there's no full power Frieza. Very lucky. Actually, no. I'm talking on his behalf. He got very lucky, because Great Saiyaman 2 would have done some crazy damage. Not only does she have type advantage, but she has a passive that helps her do additional damage against the Lineage of Evil teams. So it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. A little bit of lag here. No surprise at all. Switching to Kefla here in the hopes that he would switch into Golden Frieza, but because he can't, I was hoping maybe he'd switch into Pod Frieza, but he wouldn't do that either, so all is fine and dandy. I don't mind too much here. A lot of people tend to let their Chill die because of the buffs. Now, I didn't even intend on doing 2 hits there, but that's okay. Not only does Kale have really good defenses in my opinion, but she also has a green card that heals. But I figured it would be better to take advantage of that green card to gain priority. So that's why I switched into Mai here. Not only that, but her main ability to heal. I keep screwing that up. Every time my opponent kind of screws that up, I should really seize the opportunity to you know, harass them, but oftentimes I just question it. I can't help but question it. So here we go, pop a green card, buy ourselves some time just to draw some additional cards, and then just go straight for it. Now, this is part of the reason why I was hesitant to wanting to learn Charge Step, because it's just so dependent on a good connection here. I can barely do it, honestly. It's very, very hard just because of the lag. Catch him there, get our blue card off, finally have a Rising Rush ready for whoever's going to come next. Definitely saving it for Pod Boy over here. Gain priority back, and we just switch into Mai. Get the Rising Rush going. Now I was worried that even though we have type advantage, she might not finish it. I don't think she will, but let's just have faith in the bullets. I think she can finish it off. Now I didn't bring Great Saiyaman 2 here. Why? Because I done goofed. I was more convinced that Kale's passive, in order to drop cards, would be more useful than her passive here. Especially because people love and treasure Golden Frieza's ultimate ability, and how cheeky would it be to switch into Kale just to drop it? I thought it would have been funny. Do some decent blast damage, no priority, but that is okay. Now we get to switch in, get our blue card going, at least I think. I don't know if I got that off. Aha! I did get that off. Even I'm confused by this match. Gets the dodge, gets the Rising Rush, that's okay. Kale has done her job. No problem at all. So long as Kefla didn't get killed, I was more than okay with this happening. Gotta make sure that we keep Kefla here, just because we need that passive going up against the Golden Frieza, because Golden Frieza is crazy. Still very, very strong. Man, I wish I could use my Lineage of Evil team, but I do not feel comfortable with using a team with that many twinkly boys. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it whatsoever. It's such a first world problem, but it's a little unfortunate. I just don't like it. But here we go. We're getting hit. It's not too much damage really. Like, her defenses are still pretty good. Considering how old these units are, they're really not doing that bad. I still think they're very good. What really helps them shine is increased card draw speed, reduced cost for all their strike, blast, blue cards, some of the utility of their kits, Mai's healing ability, their overall synergy, and the very fact that nobody has an advantage over them. There's no passive that goes against them, yet they have passives against the strongest teams in the game right now. That's why I think female warriors shouldn't be underestimated, and they're still very, very good. Simply because of those things right there, really. Their stats are not the greatest though, and that's only natural considering these units are rather outdated at this point. I think we're in due time for a bunch of new sparking female warrior units, but it would be cool to align it with Dokkan, because I do believe Dokkan in JP is getting a bunch of new Peppy Gallo units, so it would be good to just sync it together. But oh well, that's the third and final match of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something new about the units. Hope they help you out dealing with these new powerful teams out there. But until next time, peace.